3 key points you need to know to be a successful YouTuber. How to become a YouTuber.
Starting straight away.
Success really about subscriber.
What topic or what content should I be doing?
Don't even have a topic. So how should they get started? Fame doesn't equal to wealth.
Wow. Wow.
Can I make a living out of YouTube?
I got a lot of money.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Café Money. Over here we have Ken, we have Juno, and today we're gonna talk about how to become a YouTuber. So, of course, Ken, Chicken Genius, Donkey Hunter.
Donkey, don't be a donkey.
Yes, and maybe let's just go straight and start from you as well. In 2021, I see the market as quite noisy. There's a lot of people in the YouTube space. So from someone who's experienced like you, right now you have like what?
My last check was 200 over.
200 plus K
200.
subscriber, right?
Yeah.
So how can someone like me get into the scene? Not saying that I'm like totally new to entrepreneurship, right? But it just seems to be so tough for me to even start a channel. So any advice?
When you want to, I mean, these days is really crowded, but you must understand that the world it's a big space, and it's like insurance companies. Like you can start an insurance company, you will have your own business space. I mean, in terms of doing. I believe it's a very big world, and even if you take like 0.001%, it's still a lot of audience. And for you guys, I mean, if you want to start a YouTube, I would just recommend starting straight away. But the most important part is to just listen to your audience. Like, what are they seeking for? And of course, not just listening to the audience, but you must be really good at what you do and always deliver value. I mean, I know it sounds really old school, but I think it still applies. And I'm still doing it. I'm listening to my audience, what they want. And if I find that the topic is valuable to mass market, I would do that topic.
But how does the algorithm work?
The thing is, a lot of us try to figure the YouTube algorithm. So far, I don't think anybody got it right.
Yeah.
We couldn't figure out. I believe there's more than 70 different parameters. Like there's retention, there's watch time, there is click-through rate. There is so much ongoing that. But you must just know one thing about the algorithm: you cannot cheat your way out of the algorithm. So the only way to get around it is still deliver value to people who want to watch you, and don't fake it till you make it. Just be yourself and real about it.
So are you getting recognized on the streets?
Every day, man.
Every day.
Every day. Last night I was eating at Market 85. People come and say hi, walk on the streets. It happens every time. Yeah.
How does fame change you though? I mean, it's easy to say that fame doesn't change anything, right? But you like what Juno have said, right? Like you are recognized right now in Singapore, in the sunny island of Singapore, right? In the street, right? So how does that actually change you as a person?
It changed me in a way that I really got to be responsible for what I say. I mean, if you are given certain kind of influence and power, you can go the way like I see some people, they start to not monetize, but they use their fame to push it towards their own advantage. But from where I come from is always like, it's about the audience and how do I do it better and make sure I speak responsibly and also speak simple, because if you talk about very complicated topics, I think the trick here is about trying to simplify as much as possible while not sounding cocky.
Actually, it's not easy to speak simple. It's really not easy to speak simple. I think that, me being in a business world for almost more than a decade, right? Sometimes to downsize some of the things that we talk about, in business, like, in our casual session, right? It may seem palatable, but you really had to force yourself back to when you got started, right? Where jargons are not existent, like things are all brand new as well. And speaking of YouTube, there's this big thing of production. You pick up production. Juno grow from the production house, being a singer yourself, songwriter, and then right now producing this, and you are producing like this literally, right? Yeah. So maybe I want to ask both of you guys as well. Like for a YouTuber who is at home and the only device they ever had is a mobile phone, right? What should they focus on? What is the most important part?
Actually nowadays, the audience pay more attention to the content more than whatever device you use to create with. So as long as they can, I always tell people, as long as they can see clearly, they can hear clearly, that's good enough.
Yeah.
You should focus on the content. And personally, I've done online content for big brands like the Walt Disney, like the Hong Kong Celestial Tiger TV, and even
big names.
Yeah, and then even like Thailand Tourism Board. So it's the same. No matter how big the brand is, focusing on the content and giving value to the audience is the number one focus that you must have.
I think one of the things that when I was doing marketing, let's not talk about YouTube. I'm not too sure if it parallels about, you guys can share your experience, but when I was even doing marketing on Facebook, right? But if audio remains bad, the video becomes not even watchable because it's so hard to even
Yes, exactly. And most people, they just need to start with their smartphone. To make the audio better, just plug in your mic, the earpiece that they have. And that's all they need. So it's just
improve the audio by a lot already.
A lot.
But how should we look at success in YouTube? Maybe that's a good question, right? How should we look at success in YouTube? Because is success really about subscriber? And how long do you take, Ken? I mean, you took like what?
I took
2 years?
If all my experience previously, but how I boom was within less than a year. Yeah. But I actually recently, it's just one of my channels which I watched is called Monroe Live. This guy, he interviewed Elon Musk, and the only equipment that they used was an iPhone, and their backup camera was a GoPro. My God! And Elon was like, "Are you serious?" And this channel has like 100,000 views.
Wow!
So it really doesn't matter what you have. It's probably more like your content and how you deliver that value or that message across to the audience. Like Benny, you've been teaching for 10 years, right? Like
yes,
10 years.
8 years teaching about business.
It's so long time. So like what you said is really right, where you need to really simplify. And how long did it take you to understand bringing the message across to the audience where they can implement what they learn?
I mean, on our separate conversation that we had alone as well, I think there's two things people need to think about. Of course, I am in business for many years, and I know Ken have a YouTube channel, right? So this is a leverage for me. You cannot hide, but being in the same channel as someone who is having a channel of 200K does help to be known. That's number one leverage, right? But number two is positioning, right? I think what I saw in Ken being an entrepreneur, right, seeing this is that you really dive deep into a core prolific message, which everybody knows right now that is Tesla to the moon. I mean, it's so prolific that
don't be donkey.
Yeah, don't be donkey, right? And you cannot help but to love you or hate you. I mean, even the traditional boomers, the boomers value investor, but nah man, look at him, he's gonna burn, but that prolificness of that making a strong stand, right? I think it's the way to go, even for traditional marketing on Facebook and growing your own business as well. You have to make a stand and not be by the side by giving so many this is work, but on the contrary that works as well, but don't worry, this works, but you have to really make a stand.
Don't go on YouTube and say that you don't try to please everybody, because in the art of pleasing everybody you please nobody. So just for you to be making a stand, you really need to understand what you're doing, and really know what you're doing is correct, or you can probably do a lot more research into it. How about Juno? What do you think?
By the way, I'm a huge fan of your channel.
Oh, thanks.
For real.
Thank you.
I actually watch all your videos ever since I discovered your channel about, say, half a year ago.
Did you make money?
Yeah.
All right. That's the whole point.
Question of the day. Type it in the comment section how much money you make from watching Chicken Genius video, right? Type it in. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So maybe I can share from the audience point of view now by watching, for example, your channel. So because everybody can come onto YouTube and talk about Tesla, right? There are literally thousands of channels talking about Tesla.
All right, you're right. Actually, you're right.
Yeah, but only a select few will get popular. So we have to examine why. So just now I was thinking, actually, the question, a lot of people, when they want to start a channel, I think the number one thing that they will think of is, what topic or what content should I be doing? I think that's a huge question. But on top of that, I guess as an audience, when watching Chicken Genius, I think your personality is something that caught the attention of me as an audience. I believe as well as all the subscribers that are watching you. Trying to showcase your personality on screen is something that you also need to think about.
Do you think it's nurture or nature? I mean, you get it? We talk about the 3 triangle. Guys, tips of the day. Learn this from Ken. The 3 sphere of YouTube, right, you have to have a personality, you have strong content, and you have a good editing skill, right? I think editing can be learned. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I met Ken. Ken is a serial entrepreneur who does very well in business, but yet, right, he pick up a camera and start editing, right, learn Photoshops, right? I mean, like, you know, and that's amazing, right? So I think that can be learned. But let's talk about personality. Let's talk about the 3 pillars as we go along, right? Let's start from personality, right? So is it nurture or nature? Can someone be like amazing, you know?
I think all the way through my life, I was always very like transparent in what I do. I usually get scolded or certain things I do all my life, but I always remain true to how I felt, and I usually say things that people don't like to say. So I just remain true to myself, and probably the audience kind of like, I think it's good in the YouTube world. I'm not too sure if it's wise or wise advice in the real world.
Or in a relationship.
They say what, happy girlfriend, happy life, right? Happy wife, happy mother, happy life. Yeah. But I mean, generally, what I would recommend is when you're on screen, it's like you don't see a shoe in front of me. What you see is what you get.
Like what Ray Dalio would probably say, like what radical transparency. Like I think you have to show up like who you are. I guess for viewer watching at home right now, if they try to be a mini like chick genius, you know what I mean? Then they're probably gonna get nowhere, right? Because it's just a shadow of you, and I think like what you always tell me, like the audience can smell you from afar, whether you are like speaking like who you are or you are putting on a character, right?
Yes. Yeah, so I mean, if you're gonna start your own YouTube channel, you really need to. Actually, this is easier said than done. You need to strip away the years of putting on that shield, filter. You need to slowly strip it all away. It came quite natural to me because I don't care if people hate me or not. But if you go on camera, whatever you do is amplified, and you really need to strip away those layers.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of that, right? Of course, I watched Chicken Genius channel. So the thing that I want to highlight here is Ken really stay true to himself. Like he's really, you know, very close to what I watch on screen.
Yeah.
And this one, I think I can draw some experience from my background earlier on as a singer, as an artist. You know, I've been in this entertainment industry for quite many years. I even trained talents before. So the thing is this, the training is very different during, you know, back in the days, where we try to craft like a personality or a persona that we think that the market wants. And sometimes it goes so extreme that it's not even close to who the person is.
I mean, those depression case, have you seen those dissonance where they become very popular and then they do tons of things to destroy their own career because they so don't love the person that is famous.
Yes.
And it's so far away from them.
All these cases out there,
Yeah. So, you know, but the good news now is that I think in the new YouTube world, right, or the online world right now, audience actually would prefer people to stay true and present a genuine part of yourself. You don't have to show the entire part of yourself, but the part that you show should try and stick close to what's genuine, which is good news because you don't have to fake a lot of, you know, you don't have to fake anything. If you keep faking a persona on screen, right, actually it won't last long. You'll become very tired and burn out very soon. But if you are lucky enough to be yourself and then be accepted online, guess what? You can do it for a long, long time.
I'd like to emphasize on this point. The thing is, you must understand that you're going to do this for a long time. You got to think that I'm going to do this YouTube for at least for the next 5 to 10 years. And can you consistently do that? If you're going to and there's no way you can consistently fake. You make it kind of.
It hurts. I'll say. It
hurts so much.
It gets, right?
You get tired every day. Every video is just going to eat your life up, and one day you will just disappear. That's how I see a lot of YouTubers, like they disappear.
Burn out.
Yeah, they burn out. It's just burnout.
On the sake of personality, you're growing your stocks portfolio, right? And I think that everyone is on their growing journey. And Tesla alone is on this growing journey of becoming the world highest valued company, right? So what my point here is that since everybody is on the becoming journey, they're becoming who they are, right? And I want people to understand that, especially in entrepreneurship, it's the same, that they thought that most people say that they need to have a destination before they start. I need to make it before I begin, right? But I think just on Facebook parallel, this world universe itself, you can see tons of people who are not even making it, but am trying to make it, right, and got popular trying to make it, right. I think that's the key thing, right. I mean, the becoming journey is as sexy as the destination. I mean, you sharing your failure, your successes, what you're going through right now, it's equally as valuable as sharing your actual result. And in fact, right, I would say it might even be more attractive to share your journey more than your result, because sharing your result might be absolutely not relatable. I mean, you could be somewhere already in the cloud, right? But people want to know, if I have like probably like say investment, or if I have like 10K in my bank, someone else have 10K in the bank, and see how they can do it together is more relevant, right?
Actually, you see a lot of YouTube videos, they have those 30-day journey, 60-day journey. Wow, those are doing really well because people want to go that journey with you. They want to see that journey. The olden days of like, you look at IG, I personally think IG is dead. You see those people posting those very successful photos, but what is more interesting is how you get there. What is the pain before that? I think that is a lot more relevant. It's a lot more relatable to people. And what you need to do is you want to build this community with this. People say that I'm really like one of you guys. I'm no special. I wake up every day like you. I wake up grumpy. You know, some of you may wake up
happy.
Yeah, but I mean, generally we are people. We still need to eat. We still need to sleep. I'm still human being. Like, how did I go through this journey, and probably how do you go through this journey yourself?
Yeah, I would dare say that like the expose of your life journey is actually very interesting. I mean, think about the whole demand in reality TV show back then.
Yeah.
Because people want to see reality. Of course, reality TV is fake, most people know, right? But it's fake. But the fact is that it's so alluring because people want to see reality vlog behind the scenes. Is such a big topic because that is reality, that's real, right? And I think we just managed to go through the second topic right now. So we talk about personality. Somehow personality now links with content, right? And content is about becoming the journey, right? So let's talk about content. I think it's a little bit unfair on Ken because you're talking about money. Might be easier. People want to get rich, make some money, right? Like, what if someone who don't have a topic that helps people to make money? I mean, like, think about it, right? So how would someone at home, right, who want to start something and say they don't even have a topic, so how should they get started?
The sad truth is you cannot not have a topic. Probably what I would recommend is you just do what interests you. You probably may like to do makeup videos, transformation videos. I mean, you should be interested in at least something. You can be a gamer. You can go on Twitch.
Gaming champion is one of the biggest in YouTube.
Yeah,
anyway,
man.
If you talk about Minecraft right now, I just saw recently someone got 500k subscriber in less than a year.
Yeah.
Doing Minecraft shorts in the YouTube. Yeah. Let's just put it on a parallel of a celebrity. Someone who wants to sing, then now they're going to go to YouTube. There's so many celebrities who fail going to YouTube.
Yeah.
Right, they're famous out there.
Yes.
You would have dealt with many of them firsthand. We probably were just seen, right? So why are people famous outside of YouTube not making it in YouTube?
Yeah, well.
Wow, that's an interesting question.
Yeah,
I'm actually looking into this topic for a little while, but probably maybe I've seen a lot of celebrities. They really have a lot of followers, but they go to YouTube, nobody
flop, right? Yeah.
My best guess behind all this is when I watch their YouTube channel, they put on the front.
Yes.
Yeah, and
exactly.
they think that they are big, but the truth is, yes, this is what traditional media portray you as, but the fact is, I don't think you are. You got to earn your rights, So they didn't earn their rights on.
First thing first, for those who are looking at starting your own YouTube, looking for content, right? I think if you are going in for the fame or for the money, then you are doing it for the wrong reason.
Exactly.
To begin with.
Yeah, right.
You see, you have 24 hours a day, right? If you spend 90% of the time thinking of the fame, you only spend 10% of the time thinking of the content, then you're not doing it right. And to answer, Benny's question on a lot of celebrities, right? The only one that I think, not say only one, the one that I saw is very successful is Will Smith. Oh, he's a A-lister, right?
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Oh my God.
He's the one. He came into YouTube within like 3 months or so, right?
Having goosebumps.
Yeah.
And his channel just shot up to in the millions. Even when he is, as a Hollywood A-lister, right? I guess we don't need to say that he is larger than life. Yeah. His personality, we can already see him shining through the silver screen and all the works that he have done.
Yeah.
So the YouTube and the online community just embraced him because they just feel like Will Smith is the Will Smith that we know.
You know what? I just think that it's not just even the Will Smith we know. He brought a side of a story that was not often shared. So he actually came into the social media scene talking about his relationship issues.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, he okay. One thing. Yeah, let me emphasize on that. He feels very relatable.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Why is this A-lister guy? He feels like my friend.
Yeah. He dropped the gut down.
Alright.
He don't put on that air. You know,
Yes. Take away that filter.
Yeah, like you literally see him, right, as someone who is not a movie star.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just like someone who's just sharing his life story, but yet we know that this is a valuable life story because he's someone who make it, right? But he share it not in a I have make it way, so you have to follow me, but more like I'm in my journey and I'm just sharing what I'm going through right now.
So I think the first point just now is like chasing fame. I think it's the wrong thing. But secondly, more importantly, is I think a lot of people have a misconception about fame. You know, they think that fame. You know, once I get the fame, I can do anything I want and then I'll become successful. But it's actually all an illusion. You know, after all.
All I can say is I think three of us can agree that fame doesn't equal to wealth.
Oh, wow. Wow, golden word of the whole entire episode. Wow. Yeah. This is the thing, man. Fame really doesn't equal to wealth. Probably you when you earn your fame upwards and people respect you, you really treasure your fame and you do not want to be a total douche about it.
Yeah, I think reputation might be equals to wealth, but not fame, right? The moment you linked fame with wealth, you build YouTube in a wrong perspective. You are not building YouTube, even though you are there for the wealth, but because you're so obsessed with fame, and fame was the wrong criteria, right? You might get it all totally wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because after all, you want to be famous, yes, but you also want to be famous for the right reason.
Yeah. On the last point, we talk about editing. Would that be okay? Like, sure. Because we talk about personality, we talk about content, right? Can we talk about editing? And I know I come from a photography background and a videography background. Mm-hmm. You are editing your video right now.
Yeah.
You are still editing everybody's video. It's from a production house, right? So let's talk about editing, right? Yeah. So what strategical stuff should they take note when it comes to editing?
Because we are looking at the triangle, so we covered the first part about your personality, and the other part was
a little bit of content.
Yeah, content. Yeah. So the last part is editing. Editing, number one, if you are looking at, my niche is financial channel. So if you're looking at the number one biggest financial channel, it will be Graham Stephan. He edits his own video. So if he has 2 million subs and he edits his own video, what's your excuse? It comes to me, ouch. I'm only 200K. I edit my own videos. I mean, you just got to frame your mind that you cannot, you have to be, again, very down to earth and really got to know from scratch because only you know your character. Like when I insert memes into my video because I know that is me. A video editor won't be able to understand that is you.
Editing to me, technically speaking, is storytelling. You can shoot all you want. But editing process is the gatekeeper, right? Anything that passes through this, the audience will see it. Anything that is blocked by this process, you won't see daylight. So this is the gatekeeper. And pacing is the most important criteria when it comes to editing. A lot of people mistake it as now the video must be very fast, online, super fast, then cut away everything, including the essence. No, pacing, it's not fast or slow. It's about pacing it right with the audience watching it. So it depends on your audience, actually. So you have to be your own best audience. You have to enjoy your video. Once you enjoy a video, you know the speed is right, then you know most likely your audience will love it as well.
What is enjoyable to me is a very narcissistic approach, right? Because I can watch myself slowly talk, right? But when it comes to editing, right, I understand that fast is still very important.
Yes.
So what are a very tactical tips two of you can give when it comes to editing? Like tactical, that means what they can practice at home. Because I don't want people to go home right now thinking that it's about me flowing, it's about what I like, and then they go completely the other way around and producing something that don't even capture attention. You get it? Especially human have I think every human on earth have attention deficit right now. You get it because of social media, right? So maybe two of you are tactical tips. How can you jump in and edit?
I could share one first. The human attention span is really short. So I can go on speaking for the next, 5 seconds, 7 seconds. And suddenly, when you watch a video, you will just switch off without even knowing. So how do you get about doing this is probably pacing. Like you add an overlay, so you change the scene. or you in your video edit, you try to insert some stuff in, like some humor in between. So that's called pacing the video, just to keep the audience attention on. Because ultimately, if you really feel that your advice is valuable, you want them to pay attention to you, you need to pace your video. And all this, you need to plan it in. It takes time. But if you don't do this, you are not bringing your point across to the audience. And when you don't do that, your audience is not going to get value, and it's a vicious cycle down.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't mean that you only do the videos that you like, and then just totally don't care about what your audience wants, right? It's more like that is the baseline. But on top of that, right, just put it this way, tactical. Every second that goes on the screen must be something that's valuable to the watching experience.
Totally agree.
Yes.
You can't have like 3 or 5 seconds of things that are not valuable. You think maybe because you shot it right, you don't really want to sacrifice that 5 seconds. You think I just put it in. No, that's gonna waste the audience time. Hence, no value is brought, and then they will just switch it off.
Less is more. When I was a Dr. Martin Boots wedding photographer, right? If you deliver 500 wedding photos, right, you think that you're giving more content, right, to your wedding couple, right? But if you were to not curate them down to 200 good ones, they will hate their wedding, because the 300 other bad photos will make the entire set look really bad, right? But if you curate down to 200, they say, oh my God, this is like some of the most beautiful wedding photos, right? And on this note, I have been schooled by Ken gazillion time, because I'm someone who represents a more charismatic person, may say, or more confident person on camera, right? So I like to go free flow. And Ken always say, bro, like plan your content, man. You know, like plan it out. Like don't go free flow and start to say random cover up sentence in between while you're thinking, because that's what subconsciously things happen, right? You're thinking, you add in like 1 or 2 filler sentence, right? And if you were to really study a Ken Tang video, the use of teleprompter is really not just for the sake of like, oh, lazy, right? But actually it's super hard work, because you are trying to plan your content in a very deliberate way, right? That every sentence mean an impact to the audience, right? And I think that is a tough part.
Most people think that, okay, I just to let most of my audience know, I use a teleprompter. I don't every time script word for word, but I plan it in such a way that I do not waste audience time. Like, I don't even think of wasting 1 second. That's the reason why I use a teleprompter. And there's no way I can memorize a 10 minutes video. There is no humanly possible way. So a teleprompter is put in place with either in point forms. I mean, if you're looking at the like Stephen Graham, I'm pretty sure, or even like Meet Kevin, they have their own points. Every one of all the big YouTubers out there, they do research before the actual video, and they script out point for point. Because most of us, I mean, if you look after the audience, you respect their time, audience will give you their time.
Especially Graham Stephan, big fan, and you can tell every sentence means something, right?
Yeah.
Say punch, go, punch. Yeah. That's it, end of video, right? And it's very deliberately done, right? And why are we talking about scripting? It's because most of the things that is done wrong cannot be saved by post-processing.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Right. We all agree, because we're all creative people here. We all know, right? So you're not just gonna record random stuff and hopefully post-process save you, right? Like, even for photo, I mean, I will speak more on the photo medium as well, because you just cannot have a totally black plain lighting and then try to use Photoshop to save everything. It's gonna kill your time ultimately,
the
right?
Funniest thing is for video, right? There are like clients and people asking me, hey, you know, we accidentally filmed this guy standing back. Can you remove him?
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
what? Okay, we can remove him, but it's going to take a lot of time.
So most of the post work is done because of pre-work. Because if you do your pre-work well, right, your post-process is actually very smooth, right? You know exactly what to do and what to remove, right? And of course, like in Singapore, there's also a few YouTube channels that done their pacing super well. And I think we have discussed this separately, but I thought it's good to shed some good lights to these YouTubers as well, like Sneaky Sushi.
Oh, that guy is amazing. Yeah. I noticed him when he was maybe 20, 30K. I was telling a lot of my friends, this guy is going to go 100 over K.
I watched him because of you. Because you recommended.
You know his content, the amount of editing he does, my God, he just blows my mind every time I watch his video. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But is he worth 100,000 subs at least? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, his
He
pacing
provides value. He provides entertainment, right?
And the best part, I mean, the number one best takeaway from his channel is pacing. His pacing is godlike, man.
One more thing about editing. If the end product, right, is edited so well that it looks easy, right, that is the hard one.
Yeah.
For folks out there starting out, the biggest advice I think we can all agree on is plan your video before you press record. Last but not least, one of the biggest, most important thing is, can I make a living out of YouTube? If someone have like 10K subscriber, right, what should they expect? Let's give a very realistic approach about how should they look at monetization and how can someone make a living out from it?
When you have 10K subscribers, you must understand that it's 10,000 people's lives. Can 10,000 fans give you like enough income for YouTube? Yes, that is more than enough, because probably you must really deliver good quality content. That means to say, whatever you are doing on, maybe you suddenly one day decide to sell a merch. I mean, just a merch for a shirt for maybe $20. So probably if you are looking at 10% of audience buying your shirt and you work down the maths down, it is totally doable. Once a month, you have a decent living. I choose personally not to monetize my content. The reason why
that's
is
my
that
next question, right?
because I got a lot of money.
Wait. This one deserves
Yeah, so I always ask this, right? And I tell you what, if you come to this channel and if you follow Chicken Genius and if you want to buy a Chicken Genius donkey plushie, comment in this video right now, because I've been telling him for ages and he is not distributing and producing his donkeys. Guys, come on, right? If you want to buy a donkey, comment on the channel, right? Yeah, but
You license it to us, then we have it.
license it to us, yes.
Okay, the reason why I just do not want to accept any money, in fact, I got a lot of sponsorships coming in, really big ones. The reason why I do not want to take up any sponsorship is because my focus is purely, I mean, to me, how much money you need in your life. I mean, truly, I'm not being cocky, but I'm good with $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. I can live with my mom. I don't give a crap. The most important thing is I want to have a mindset that I will not compromise for my audience. So let's say the sponsor asked me to do something. Like I had a few platforms that offer me quite a good bit of money to actually talk about them, and in return I get a lot of stuff. But I mean, I will compromise my audience in terms of they could actually get a better broker or a better product going somewhere else. So I think left and right, even if I had to compromise 1%, it's not going to happen. So I decided I'm just going to screw the money. And
if you're doing it for the fame, you're doing it for the money, it's
not going to come in.
So you see, this is a real life example. Like Ken is not doing it for the fame. He's not doing it for the money.
Yeah.
There he is.
10K subscriber, I'm telling you, coming from now at 200K, if I look back again, it comes easy. But it only comes easy when your heart is at the right place. I mean, that's all. There's nothing else to this. If you look at all successful content creators, they start out because their intentions were just pure. They didn't have any other funny intentions behind what they wanted to do. And you see this across multiple content creators. It's not just on YouTube, but on Twitch, on just various places. They just go in innocently. And I went in innocently without expecting much. And boom, it went out. In fact, but I do see content creators, when they plan this out, it might be a problem. I mean, planning out, like, I want to be famous, like what Juno was saying, like, I want to be famous. That is wrong. Yeah. Your heart got to come from the right place and trust the process. This is something I learned from Benny, actually. Trust the process. His words, these 3 words, trust the process. Another headline.
Trust the process.
Yeah, just trust the process and just do it. You don't need to worry about so many things. Just do the right thing, it will come.
We don't do it for the money in the sense of the creative side.
Yeah.
But after all, it's a business.
Yes.
When you do YouTube, if you are really thinking of going in full time, it has to be a business because you need to feed yourself.
Yes.
So it's like you focus on the right content, like your heart comes from the right place to doing your content, providing value for your audience. But your peripheral vision, or you gotta have a vision in the long term that this must, in one way or another, be generating revenue for yourself. That is actually, just a separate compartment.
Yeah. I guess what it means over here, in my layman perspective, hearing from both of you guys, is that do it for the right criteria, not even like like what you guys are saying about money. Because if your criteria is money, you might be looking at trendy stuff to get popular fast,
Yes.
and end up you can just lose yourself in the scene really quickly. You get it? I think in that perspective, so you rather have a sustainable content that you really like, and find your weird little audience out there who like that weird little content, right?
Soon we'll have sellout time.
Sellout time, right? So on that note, right, I hope you guys learned something in this episode, right? And it's about YouTube journey and our experience. And if you love what we are talking about here, subscribe to us to hear more episodes about money, about stocks, about property, about business, about tendies, right? About why Ken have diamond hands, and he refused to drop his Tesla stocks, right? And many more to come, right? So stay tuned. See you in the next episode. Cheers, bye.